Hello, my name is Andreas. I work as professional producer, social media consultant, and now I also help to make cryptocurrency traders' lives easier. Now I know that I've been quiet for quite some time now, and the reason here was that after I finished my trading course, which you can buy now, by the way, and I have only received so far good reviews, is that after the release, I have been really busy with blogs, YouTube channels, Discord channels, Facebook groups, other groups on LinkedIn, whatever, to promote the course. That said, if you want to help me promote the course and you also want to earn a little side money, please get in touch with me and we'll see if we can work out a deal. Now, my second excuse for being absent is that I wanted to do a video and I wanted it to be perfect. I did quite some research. I researched, I don't know, about 2 months now, and I'm still not at a point where I feel comfortable enough to record the video, all the nuts and bolts in place where I want them to be, because, as I said, this kind of topic, it's going to be about technical analysis. I want to nail on the head. And so I delayed it and delayed it and delayed it. And from all the delaying, I didn't really had the idea, basically, to record new videos. And so I'm going to change that. What you see here is my personal different trading diary, and I thought we'd all have a good laugh about myself reading it. And so what you see here is basically random bits that I note to my future self, basically. And so just stuff that happened throughout the day. I have stuff here, for example, the trading example from Dalian Hood. You can check out his channel, it's linked below, which I have here, used not very often, but I always thought it's such a good idea. But the thing that actually made me laugh is this one here. A couple of days ago, on the 31st of May, I wrote down, don't buy into an up market. And so basically what happened here was I don't know. I don't know which coin it was. I don't remember. But basically what happened was the chart was pointing up. And so what basically happened here was, I don't know, it wasn't game, it was some other coin. And I saw it pulling up and pulling up over a couple of days and was like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? And when it was right around here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy in right now because it's going to go this way. And that just turned out to be a bad decision. What am I supposed to say here? I mean, that was not a good decision. It was just not. And so what I learned from this is basically if it's going up like, I don't know, 4 days and no correction happened, it's not a good idea to buy. And so this one here, I think I wrote these down somewhere else and then just imported them into day one, by the way, also linked below. Here I wrote a note that says, even if you lose, new opportunities will show up later. Be not afraid to sell with a loss. And this is something that I really believe in. And I actually wrote a small blog post about it here on Steemit, by the way. You can follow me here too if you want to. And basically what I wrote here about is that people are often told when they are new into trading, when something loses, like can you see this real big dip here? People are just like, yeah, just hold on, just wait for it to go back up. And so that's sometimes good advice. And I can see that being a good advice for seeing something drop for like 1 or 2 days. And this was during the high speed phase of the Bitcoin rally that we saw to the $3,000 mark. And so there was one day where Bitcoin fell out of its pattern. So typically it was 2 days it went up, and then one day all the coins basically took a breather. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember anymore. But basically I was like, okay, with my normal strategy, I can just buy on the second day when the coins are really low. Then I buy in, and then it pulls back up. But that was the day when that didn't happen. And so I thought, well, let's try the let's try the waiting method. And it fell and fell and fell and fell and fell. And then I remembered everything that I wrote about in this article. Basically, use stop losses. And the essence of this article is stop loss is really a tool that you can use to stop losses. If you sell here, if I'd sold here, or if I'd sold here, it would have stopped going further down than here, right? So I really learned again and again that using stop losses is a really good thing, and so I'm using them more religiously now. Then it's better to get in quick. Yeah. Okay. Usually. Okay. You can read this on the screen by yourself. I hope you can read this by yourself. So basically what I wrote here is, so when something moves up, basically breakout is going on, then buy in, go up with the trend, then either sell at the top or hold on to the coin and then wait for the next push up. This one here, I can't tell you how much this saved my bacon, or still saves my bacon all the time. Spread your buys and sells. Here you can see Stellar. So what I mean by spreading your buys and the sells, so basically you should catch a better entry. Here you can see, when I zoom in a little, that I catched an entry right about here, but I bought in also right down here, which brought my relative entry even further down. And as you can see from the chart, after that, it only dipped onto my entry, and I was pretty much below or right at the lowest point of the support line here. And I hope, of course I hope, that Stellar is moving up again, right? So this one here is basically about the same topic that we just talked about. If things go south, stop the loss quick. Don't watch it dip until the end and just watch it lose out. Read my article. I have linked a couple of other articles there. If you are not interested in my post, read those, because those are really fantastic. Yeah, this one's here pretty cool too. So I revised my strategies lately a little bit on the day trading part, and I'm going more for longer-ish holds, right? And so what I found is, so one of my biggest gains, let's look. One of my biggest gains right now is BTS. BTS is up for me like 250%. Digibyte 230%. I have Ardor, which is really pushing up hard right now. I have Bytecoin, Gridcoin. I think Folding Coin is not doing too bad either. There's other stuff too, like Sia, Ricecoin, Reds, and a couple others, right? And so what I mean with unrealized is basically, until you sell those, you actually haven't turned those things into profit. What that means is that you still just have BTS, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? But it also means you didn't turn back those coins into Bitcoin. And so if you want to buy something, you have to buy it with BTS in my case, for example. But you can also have things like, I don't know, but you can pay in Bitcoin. Yeah, so, and this one here goes right along with the other post here. As you can see, it's one day apart. It's frightening to watch my account balance breathe. So when things, you see that I don't have that much money, right? But when things go up plus 100% and they suddenly dip by 10, you can see it on your account balance, right? But what you can also see on the account balance is when Bitcoin is having another rally, because suddenly you look at your account balance and it's going down and down and down and down, and you look at your coin, because these things are up so much. I'm like, I don't know, yeah, green, perfect, fine, everything's fine. I don't need to do anything here, right? But actually, when I look at the chart, I'm like, oh. So this one's another thing that goes along with the unrealized stuff. You need to cash out on your wins. It is a good idea to cash out. I feel like I'm still considering how I'm going to handle this. So let's look at BTS again. The entry was down there. And I was lucky enough to cash out on these two big spikes. But I didn't cash out on everything. I heard, again, I think it was Dalen, talk about cashing out on, I think it was something like cash out on 100% gain, 80% of your coins, something along those lines. If you can find the video, please link it below in the comments section so we can all look at it. But I didn't actually choose to sell all my coins. I'm still holding 160 here. I know it's not a whole lot, but I'm also considering things like, okay, cash out maybe 80% here and then try to buy in all that you lost down here, or use the entire amount of money that you got from here and buy everything here. So that means that, I don't know, I think I sold 10 and 10. Then I had 180 BTS. Then I would buy something like, I don't know, 30 BTS or so. And so I would accumulate more and more coins as the price moves up. I don't know yet, but if you want to know about these kind of things, we have a Facebook group and you can always get in touch with me on Discord. I'm a member of a couple of Discords. Just look for my name and drop me a line. So this one, I feel like, is one of the more intelligent things that I'm doing. That I'm now doing, because otherwise we wouldn't have a diary entry here. So if it's better to have a stop loss at least 1% above entry than none at all. You can always re-enter again. And this is gold, I feel like. If you get comfortable with the concept of a trailing buy order or a trailing stop loss or whatever you want to call it, as the price moves up, right, and it dips, you can set, let's say, so the setup would look something like this, right? So let's say we entered here, right, and it moves up. In this case, it would hit the stop loss. And the idea here is, if it dips, it would activate a stop loss that is in profit, right? So if I'd sell here, everything that I sell is profitable. It is plus on my account balance. That means I can use the same amount of money again to buy in at either at my old entry or at an even lower price. And so I would use a trailing buy order, maybe even two, right? One right at my old entry and one below. So if it dips really far, I would catch a new much lower entry, and also I would sell in profit. So this one here, I think this is the last one for today. I think you had enough. Maybe you're still laughing about me, but that's fine, because that's why we're doing this kind of video. So in the last couple of weeks in the production of my trading course, I started getting into the hold longer strategy mindset, basically. And I got into, well, there are a couple of things here. First of all, we are going to build a fund kind of thing where people can invest money in and let other people do their trades for them, so they don't have to, right? The company is still in early development, but we have a waiting list already. So I think we're on a good way here, actually. Again, let's not talk about this too much, right? So I got into the habit because I was seeing myself getting into trading professionally, and with this investment thing and with this fund thing, I knew that I am going to be trading a lot more money. And so I was looking at ways to make that work. One thing that I realized to make it work was get a really good entry. If you get a really good entry, almost anything can happen to your trade, because if you catch an entry that is so low that it doesn't go any lower, you're always going to profit. And so I made a habit going onto Poloniex, just study the charts and find the coins that are really good and really cheap. And so this was one of the things that came out of this. Find coins when they are still small, buy and accumulate, and then sell along the way up. And I'm actually not sure if I'm going to do this here. This is something that again, this is just a diary, right? So I'm thinking about, the thing that I told you about. So once it's here, I can sell like, I don't know, 50%, buy more here, sell here, buy more here, sell here, buy more here, sell here. Could work as a strategy, but it could also fail miserably. And that's why I haven't done it. Because if I'm going to be trading for other people, I want to be in plus all the time, right? And maybe I want to be a little bit more conservative, but actually what also made me the most money is not being very conservative. And so I come to an end here with this video. I hope you enjoyed this rather hopefully funny excursus into what my brain thinks when I'm not trading. No, actually, what I'm actually trading when my brain doesn't think, or something along those lines. In any case,